Hi gang, let's walk you through how to download, use, delete, and find these comment bubbles that you're going to be seeing in your journals and your essays and things like that. So first, everybody say hi to my puppy. Okay, so what I did is I took a document that already has bubbles and I sent it into my email, into a Gmail account, which is what I was figuring most of you have. So the first place I'm going to start is in that Gmail message. So this is what most of it looks like for you guys. Now the thing with these bubbles is that the bubbles will not show up on a smartphone. So if you're trying to see these on your iPad or your iPhone or any other smart device like a Kindle or a Nook, the bubbles aren't going to show up. You have to start on an actual laptop or desktop. So now down here you have a couple options. You have download, save to drive, or edit with Google Docs. If you open it with Google Docs, again, you're not going to see the bubble. So what you want to do is you want to click on this download button, and you're going to get this prompt. Hey, what do you want to do with this attachment? Now, I want to show you what happens. If you just hit open and you don't save this, watch this make a liar out of me. Of course it makes a liar out of me. Generally, if you just hit open, these bubbles will not show up, which is one reason why you can't find them. So instead what we're going to do, and this is what I want you to do, is go to your email message, click your down arrow, and when you get this prompt of what do you want to do with it, I want you to click on the Save As. So this way what you can do is you can work with the document, you can change the things that are in the bubbles and things like that. So this window is going to tell you where you want to save your stuff to. I always save it to the desktop. And I'm going to name it something. And I'm going to hit save. So now if I shrink to my desktop, here's that file that I just saved. Or if I flip back in that email, it says, hey, it already saved, do you want to open it? So now you can hit open. Now, the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you click on this Enable Editing button. If you don't click on this, the only thing you're going to be able to do is look at this document. And I strongly suggest that most of you work from this document. So once you hit Enable Editing, the view is going to look different. So instead of seeing these two pages side by side, you'll end up just seeing the one main page. Okay, so when you have a bubble, it shows up like this little comment thingy. Now, what you can do is you can actually look at all of these bubbles and what all these bubbles say all at once, or you can click on them individually. So if I click on this, there's the comment. But as soon as I click off it, it goes away. So what you want to do is go up here to the Review tab and click on this button where it says Show Comments. Now once I click on this, this whole paper is going to shift to the left, and there's going to be this little gray bar over on the right side, and it's going to show all the comments. Okay? So now you don't have to click on each individual little bubble. They're all there for you. So every bubble that I made on this student's paper is just right there in that margin on the right-hand side. Now if I click off that Show Comments, they're going to go back to just being those little bubbles. So it's better to click on Show Comments. You can see what you're dealing with. Okay. So, here's how to work through these bubbles. Now, what you can do is, when you roll your cursor over the bubble, see how this blue line, which I can't, do you see the blue line that connects this with the word bow? I'm the one who decides what word I'm going to add a comment to. So watch, I'm going to click on the word colored, and I'm going to add a comment bubble. Do you see the line that goes from the word to the bubble? That shows you what area of your paper I was referring to when I made this bubble. So this one is, it doesn't have anything to do with the word bow, it's just a general comment. But as you go down further, sometimes there are certain things I'm actually talking about. So, for example, there's this sentence, this introduction, this first couple sentences. I made a suggestion and said, what about this? And I reworded it. And I specifically highlighted those 3 sentences to show that this information can take the place of that. And if I make a suggestion like this and I reword it for you, take it, steal it, use it. That's the point. Sometimes I have specific questions like this, and you can see how this line, I can't follow the line, but you can see how the line matches up between this bubble and the word using. Hopefully you're understanding what I'm doing so far. Okay, so now let's say I decide to change the word that's highlighted blue. So in this one, if I delete or if I change the word how in some way, this bubble will go away. The easiest way to get rid of a bubble once you're done using it is you can delete them individually or you can delete them all at once. So if I want to delete, I'm going to go back to the first page because that was just my don't be scared. If I want to delete this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click. So I'm going to get this drop down menu and I'm going to click on delete comment and it will completely get rid of the bubble. Now I'm adding the bubble back in because what you can also do is there's something called mark comment done. When you click on this, do you see how it kind of went gray? So it shows you that you took care of whatever you needed to. But the thing is, when you send this back to me, I want these bubbles in here anyway, so you want to get rid of them. Now, let's say I have a bubble in here. But you don't understand it. So you decide that you want to write me back, and you actually want to comment again. So since I just made that bubble, I'm going to go to an older bubble. Okay, this is an older bubble that was made October 31st. So what you're going to do is, you can put your cursor inside the bubble, right-click, you can hit reply to comment. And now you'll get this new little thing that says, yo, Mrs. Mac, I don't get this. And you can send this back to me with these bubbles, and it's almost like a conversation that we can have. So, again, I'm going to right-click this, and I'm going to delete the comment, and it will get rid of it completely. Now, let's say that you've worked on every comment and you've left them there and you want to get rid of them all at once. The other thing that you can do is still up in this review tab. Now, another way that you can delete these individually is if you, come on, unclick. If you click on a comment, up in the, instead of right-clicking, up on the review tab, you could just hit this delete button and that comment will disappear. But again, let's say you want to delete all of them at once when you're finished making changes. Make sure you're on your review tab, click on this little down arrow underneath the word delete, and you have the option delete all comments in document. When you do that, every single bubble is going to disappear, and it will look just like it did before. Now, even though you remove the bubbles, if there's anything I might have highlighted, like this for instance, because it was in second person, the highlight does not go away. You have to get rid of that. So to get rid of this, what you do is you highlight whatever is, you roll your cursor over whatever's highlighted to make it gray, just like I did here. Actually, I'm going to highlight the whole word just to show you how to do this. Okay, so let's say that this was what I had highlighted. You want to remove the highlight. So what you do is you roll your cursor over the word because you want that gray cover to be over it because that's the word you're selecting. If you get this little shortcut box, you could use this, but otherwise, up here, all you want to do is change this to no color and that will get rid of the highlight for you. So anytime if it's something in green, then you've fallen out of third person. If it's something in yellow, then it's something grammatical or spelling, or you might have missed a word or something like that. So you want to get rid of those highlights before you might send me back the document. So now whatever changes you've made, you want to make sure you go back to File and that you save it, because you definitely don't want to do all of that work and then not save it. So you can actually work right from the document that I send back to you with those bubbles. Now, let's say you do all of this, but you have your own comments that you want to make to me. Let's say we're at the bottom and you're like, I don't really like this conclusion. Put your cursor anywhere, click on the review tab, and click on new comment, and write to me. Yo, Mrs. Mac, I hate writing. Why do you make me do this stuff? And I can see your bubbles the same way that you can see them, and then I can either write you back or explain something differently for you. So, hopefully this helped you manipulate the bubbles. Again, make sure that you're saving things, and I hope this helped. Let me know if you have any questions or you need me for anything.